Yo, what's good YouTube? Jazz up next, back again with yet another banger. And today I got you guys with the 2K22 news. Now yes, I did drop a video sometime last week, I think, about 2K22 news, but this is literally official, bro. Like, this is literally Mike Wang, bro. And this is literally Mike Wang talking about gameplay and stuff, bro. And so, obviously, I'm gonna put the first tweet up on the screen, you know, Powers talking about the summary, you know. Yeah, I'm doing that at the beginning. I really don't care. I'm playing intro. Like, please stay though. Please stay, help the watch duration and all that stuff, because if you guys dip now, then I'm just gonna have like very big problem, you know, getting this video out there. So, you know, the first thing, so it all started when Mike Wang at 1:40 in the morning tweeted out, new seasonal animation content drops are for my players only, not NBA players. The goal is to keep the game fresh all year long and encourage players to use signature moves they otherwise might not have. Don't worry, there'll still be a ton of variety to choose from launch. That was very concerning. I'm glad that he, you know, he said that. And so yeah, I'm not gonna, like, I'm looking at a bunch of replies from, you know, Betafy, Cardi, all of them, but we're gonna like skip that. We're gonna go more to like the important stuff. So another thing I have bookmarked, and I'll put this on the screen. So this guy says, at Baluba, does no shot meter still give you a boost in 2K22? He says yes, this is wonderful. So yeah, that's a good thing to see. The next one I have bookmarked is somebody saying at Baluba, will next and current gen console receive new animations in 6, or will it be exclusive to its generation? So Mike Wang also says the plan is to release the same signature animations on both gens. So yeah, and Solo also says W. So that's really good if they execute it correctly. So okay, this is another one. So somebody replies to Baluba, says if you unlock animations at 99, you don't lose them anymore. If you drop to 95, just copy it how badges do it. People will just quit games. They know they lose. They know they'll lose. Okay. Mike Wang says overalls will not drop this year. He also says, to clarify, you won't lose overall on next gen, as we have a different system in place. Overalls can still fluctuate in current gen. Very interesting. That means that you might lose your 99. I think I saw something about where you don't lose your 99 at all. I feel like once you hit 99, it's locked. Like they tried to do on next gen, but it was broken. So I'm very curious to see about that. And so another reply to the tweet said, well, you still need a high 3-point to shoot because it's hard to shoot with an 83 point. As I'm working on my 3-level score guard for an 82-3, it is hard to shoot with that low of a 3-pointer. Shout out to Joe Knows for shooting consistently, and Zach2K for shooting consistently with that low of a 3-point. So Mike Wang says it doesn't have to be as high as last year to be a perimeter shooting threat. Have to have good timing at least. I'm very curious on how Double H is gonna do this. He didn't reply. I think he did quote tweet. I'm not gonna show it, but I'm very curious to see how Double H's builds are gonna be. I'm gonna make ISO builds kind of like Double H, but not like Double H at the same time. Y'all see when I make the build. So somebody says, what's most important to us using the controller? Will the muscle memory of dribbling be the same? And so Mike Wang says dribbling will probably be closer to 20 than 21 control wise. Holding the pro stick always shoots like 20, but new moves and combos you're gonna want to learn. So that's very cool. I'm hoping that it's not like 20, because 20 was a bunch of moving left to right. So I'm hoping that's not what they're going back to, but we'll have to see. Okay, so Mike Wang also says new seasonal. Okay, that's the tweet. T.O. says, Mike, if I get a good jump shot, you take it away from me in the new season, I won't be happy. He says shots won't be taken away, only added. So that's very good. Okay, so that's all the stuff I had, you know, like bookmarked and everything. Sorry, I'm like yawning and burping at the same time. Yeah, so obviously, you know, we're just gonna go on to the summary right here. So in general, current and next gen are gonna be more similar on court this year compared to last year. So that's very good, because in my opinion, what's going to change now is going to be the city versus the cruise ship. So this is very exciting for people like me who are playing both, where I'm playing courage in for content, you know, probably every now and then for streaming and stuff, and then next gen for rep grinding. So I'm very curious to see how it's gonna be. Shooting, it says, hard to explain in a tweet. Main change is much larger weighting over towards coverage. Aiming is gone. Explain more in upcoming court side. I'm gonna play the videos as well. So he also says that it doesn't have to be a high 3-point. Steady shooter was removed. Vibration shot cue is completely gone. Turning off shot meter still gives a boost. Dribbling, we touched on that a few minutes ago. Animations will be seasonal, but they won't be taken away. And, you know, they're gonna give more animations based on the size and ability, so that's very good. And the plan is to release same animations on both generations. New jump shot landings will be added. And then I remember the guy talking about dunk landings as well. So that's very interesting. Also says you won't lose 99 overall this year. So obviously at the 6-minute mark, so this is pretty much all I have in my bookmarks. And obviously now we're gonna transition into the, videos and stuff. So yeah.
You've seen the trailers, you've heard the buzz. Well, today we're getting more NBA 2K22 details straight from the source. Here's gameplay director Mike Wang. I know you want to learn more about NBA 2K22, so here to talk about it is the source himself, gameplay director Mike Wang. Welcome again to 2K TV. Always a pleasure having you on.
It's a great pleasure being here again, Alexis. How are you doing?
I'm doing so well. So we're getting close to launch time, and you've released some details on your blog and social media. So tell us what's going on with NBA 2K22 that you can share with us.
Oh, wow, there's so many things to share, Alexis, and the city got a big rework. On Gen 4, there's a cruise boat. It's crazy. There's just so much going on with gameplay, an all-new defensive mechanic system that feels way better to me. It's a lot more fun, a lot more competitive, and just across the board, so many areas were touched. So I don't know where we want to start, but let's talk about some gameplay maybe.
All right, let's do that. What do you think the community is going to be most excited about with gameplay changes?
It's going to be a hard one to pinpoint. I'm going to say two things, but number one, because this was one of our biggest pillars for gameplay this year, it's going to be defense. And I think that's going to be just perimeter defense, body ups on the floor, movement, and how the players feel just in on-ball defensive stances and on-ball defensive situations. But at the rim especially, and contesting shots, all that stuff was reworked. We have an all-new block system. It just feels much more rewarding on the defensive end of the floor, just making plays and getting stops. So I think that's going to be the most exciting thing for our community because it's just a much more balanced game and a much more fun game to play. And the second thing I'm going to say is, because this is one of my personal favorites, is going to be dribbling.
So I want to talk about defense before we move on to dribbling. So that sounds very interesting, and none of the tweets were around that because most people are talking about dribbling and shooting. So he basically said earlier that you could shoot with a higher 3, but if the perimeter defense is reworked to where it's harder to get open shots, it's going to be very interesting because people might still be bound to an 85 plus 3-point. So I'm very curious to see how that works. And so obviously, all that. And so, yeah, I'm sorry I'm playing the entire thing. Apparently, I just didn't realize most of it would be bluff.
I think that just all the stuff we've added there with the new combos and the new signature moves, this is going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a dribble guy, a dribble head, you're going to have a lot to work with.
Okay, so he's talking about how you're gonna, if you're a dribble head, you're gonna have to work for it and everything. So we'll jump to the next video real quick. Let's see.
What is Mike Wang most excited about with 2K22 gameplay?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's, I think just what I alluded to is just the game feels way more balanced, and it makes more sense just in terms of how we're rewarding players if they are doing the right thing on the court. I know it sounds really general and really basic, but a lot of times in the past, sometimes you'd make the right.
So this is very interesting because it's going to be more rewarding. I feel like 2K is straying away because they used to make it to where it was, it was easier. It was a lower skill gap. Next Gen was one of the lowest skill gap games I've ever played. It's so easy on that game. And I feel like if you stayed on Next Gen for a solid 8 months, you would literally be a quote-unquote dribble god compared to the normal person, but like at the same time, those dribble moves are just not good. You know what I mean? So it's shooting is also very easy. It's a lot of things. Like dribbling, in my opinion, is hard if you make it really good though. So that, other than that, I feel like it's pretty low skill gap. So I'm glad that they're bringing back a skill gap, because especially in a game where I'm trying to, you know, have that type of thing. So that's very cool.
Right play or do the right thing, but you weren't always rewarded for it. And in 2K22, I feel like that's it's much more just a one-to-one. If you make the right play, you get rewarded. You get the right stops, or you score. So just shooting open shots, taking high IQ shots, much more rewarded. It just feels way better to make the right play, get open, knock down those open jumpers. They're so much fun to play with. And Luka too, right? We brought in Luka from OCAP, and he gave us his patented step back jumper and his moves, and so the nicest guy, and super funny. Just a pleasure.
What question is, why is he moving so like not explosive? Like, did 2K tell him not to do like be as explosive? Cause like that doesn't seem as explosive to me.
To work with, so we're so excited that he's our cover guy this year.
And that's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about Seasons?
Yeah, so Seasons is going to be, you know, we've had it in the past with my team. And the goal that Eric Benish wanted this year was to really extend the seasons across the entire game. So I'll speak to gameplay because that's my area. What we're doing with Seasons is we're going to try and release content throughout the entire year. So, you know, on day one, we've usually just thrown all the animations at you, all the signature moves and shots and everything. But we're going to try and roll that out across the year, just to kind of change the meta up a little bit, give people something to look forward to, and it's really going to, I think, just prolong the life of the game and make people just excited to try new things as the year goes on.
Mike, I know that a lot of players love making the dominant archetypes of NBA 2K and NBA 2K21. It seemed like it was the power forward. So Mike, what do you think the dominant archetype will be for NBA 2K22?
Okay. So obviously it's like the 2-minute limit. So thank you for 2K on Reddit. And obviously this one we'll dive into it. So let's see.
That's a good question, because that's something that we're always trying to balance and tune, because we don't really want there to be one dominant archetype, right? So the power forward thing is fixed, and
let's go. Power forward thing is fixed, bro. I'm excited for next year just because he said that, because now you're gonna be able to make any type of build. We gotta make sure
it's much more spread out in terms of the badges you get per position and heights and archetypes. But one thing we've really focused on was trying to make all the different heights and positions have unique strengths and abilities.
Interesting. Okay, interesting. That can make it even better. So one thing that I think might actually be interesting is we might have a lot of smaller players this year. If you are, 6 foot or under, you get a massive speed boost. 6 foot or under. That's pretty slow. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so you're saying if you're 6'1" or taller, you're gonna be really slow compared to those. That means like no build is gonna have a 99 speed unless it's on. Okay, that's good though. Except for like next gen, where it's like everybody had an 88 and they were just flying.
You have access to higher ball handling ratings, as well as like 3-point ratings. So a lot of people might gravitate toward that direction this year. Having said that, in our online test here internally, we've got a guy who plays as like a 7-foot center every single time, and he is so dominant in our games. So
okay, so we're gonna have post scorers again. Yay. I'm so excited. Yeah. Like, why? Why do you have to throw that in there, bro? There's no other 7 foot unless it's like Kevin Durant type beat, bro. But that would be worse in my opinion.
So, I think it's a good mix, because I think you're gonna have people who want to be kind of that in the middle road, small forward, power forward. And
the problem with that is that if the 7 foot is anything like KD or a post scorer, who's making a 5'11"? Like, who's making a 5'11" solely for the fact that you will go against that 7 foot post scorer or KD or a 6'8" Luka? You know what I mean? So like, I'm thinking, what would even be that? If the speed is like, oh, you're now like you're 6'5", you're gonna have an 85 speed. Okay, maybe I'll see people like gravitating towards a slower player. But then that means a post scorer gonna have like a 60, 73, not 3, but 60, 70 speed. Like, I'm very curious to see how it's tuned and everything.
Still kind of do it all, but you might see some players gravitate toward like point guards, small point guards even, and then like big centers, and hopefully we have the whole gambit covered and it's a much more balanced experience overall.
Yeah, like that's the one thing I want to point to. I want there to be 5'11 to 7'2. Everybody's dominant because it makes it a lot more fun. And as a streamer, when you're playing the same lineup all the time, it gets boring. That's why I'm trying to switch it up by making my own build, even though it's August, you know, so.
Overall.
What are the gameplay differences between Gen 4 and Gen 5?
That's an interesting question because we wanted to do our best to try to keep parity between Gen 5 and Gen 4 as much as possible. So all the stuff that I mentioned before, like the dribble moves and combos, all that's going for both gens. But Gen 5 has some great features that are exclusive to that generation because all the stuff we did with foot planting, a lot of tech with movement, that's all going to be exclusive to Gen 5. And we also have some pretty interesting features which we're going to probably go into in a little bit later with alley-oops and with dunks that provides a bit of a skill mechanic to those specific moves. So stay tuned for more on that, but they're a lot of fun to use, and yeah, I think our gamers are going to love just trying out these new features that are specific to Gen 5.
I'm very curious to see. Like, a lot of people are discounting next gen before we even know much about it. What I'm seeing is next gen is going to be really good, though. Like, I'm thinking next gen is going to be, I'm not trying to jinx it, but like top 5 all time. I'm calling it right now. I mean, we only have like, what, 6-part games? Like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I say top 5. Yeah, top 5 all time. I feel like they can do that. We'll see. I'm hoping this is the best 2K of all time so I can blow up, but I'm gonna put in the work regardless. So obviously that's it. Actually,
well, thank you so much for giving us a preview of NBA 2K.
Okay. That's pretty much all the stuff that Mike Wayne talked about. Like, we can go in the replies real quick while I'm still showing this screen. So there'll be a new. Oh, this is new. This is like really new. Okay, I'm glad I saw this before I ended the video. I'm sorry that's 18 minutes now, but so there will be a new shot meter as it's right here. You won't lose 99 this year. That's good. Okay. So yeah, but he said that it will still fluctuate in current. And then badgeplug's like another tweet spree today. So like I'm thinking low key. So new jump shot landings as well. I think we touched on pretty much everything else that he talks about. I'm scrolling to make sure before I end the video. But lots of info will be hitting soon. So it's the 21st. So it's officially late August. I think we're getting news next week. Definitely. So it's been your boy Jazz up next. Now, obviously, whenever I do these type of videos, I always just go to my page for the outro. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, thank you for watching and everything. You know, just like thank you for you know, staying through the whole video. If you made it to the end of the video, type new logo and I'll just pull up the media tweet. Let me know down in the comments chat which colorway I should go with for my logo, because I have this one that I'm still tweaking. A lot of people said they like this one. I just don't like it because the outline is hard to see. Or this one. This is the classic. I've been using this on my YouTube for a minute. This is the one I've been using on every other platform inverted. And then I fixed the text, obviously. And then this is regular, but with the text and everything fixed. So let me know down in the comments 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then also type new logo so I know what you're talking about. And let me know how your day's going also. But other than that, follow the socials on the screen. It's been your boy Jazz up next. If you're watching this video, most likely I'm streaming as well. So just, you know, click the profile and I might be streaming. So that's another thing. But it's been your boy Jazz up next. And I'm out, y'all. Have a good one.
Yeah, my bad. You mad, gotta watch my bag. New shirt, gotta pop my tags. New whip, I'ma ride so fast. I just wanna be somebody that you care about. So everybody else, get him out, cut him out. Everybody else, get him out, cut him out. I don't wanna be somebody you don't give a fuck about, yeah. Yeah, run it back, yeah. Met a bad chick, put her on my lap, yeah. I'ma bag this, how to get the snap, yeah. I'm a savage, put her in the bag, yeah. Hey, run it back, yeah. Met a bad chick, put her on my lap, yeah. I'ma bag this, how to get the snap, yeah. I'm a savage, put her in the bag, yeah.